Welcome guys to another episode of this series of Core Java, and we were discussing the topic of exceptions, and we've covered with the remaining 7 points the last point. So today we'll cover the last point. So these are very ambiguous terms: throw, throws, and throwable. We've discussed what is throwable in the previous episode, the grandparent class in the exception class hierarchy. So the exception, which is the parent class to all the user defined as well as predefined exception. So exception is the parent class and throwable is the parent to exception. So this is the hierarchy in your exception handling. So exception inherits from throwable, and all your predefined and user defined exceptions, they inherit from the class exception. So this was sorted. So we all know what is throwable. Throw, we did in user defined exception. We did this in user defined exception over here. So the in user defined exceptions, you have to create your own exception and then throw it with which keyword? The throw keyword. So that also is sorted. So throw also is sorted. Throw also is sorted. Now we are left with throws. Now what throws does is, so let's take a real world analogy first, and then we'll be in a better position to understand what is throws. This is Neswadia College of Commerce, like located at Pune, right? And this we all know the very famous personality. What genre of music he creates, you all know better than me. So if and Neswadia, they have their cultural festival by the name of Infinity annually in the month of Jan Feb usually. Neswadia celebrates its annual cultural festival by the name of Infinity. So in Infinity 2021, they plan to get JB for their final, the last event of any concert or any sort of cultural festival, the last event, the finale you can call it. It's which pulls the biggest crowd. So for that finale, they want JB to perform for them. Okay, they have the budget, they can afford it. So they ring up JB, the manager of JB talks to them, and Neswadia College offers JB to perform for their finale of Infinity. So the manager says, okay, we have few conditions. We'll be charging you all 1 crore, okay, INR, Indian rupees, for one night. Okay, so Neswadia College says done. Okay, we can afford it, done. Then he says JB will not come alone. He has a troupe of 20 to 25 people, an entire band of his guitarist, drummer, XYZ, the technicians, all will come along with him. So you need to arrange the airfare for the entire crew of 20 to 25 people. What will Neswadia? So when they said, okay, we'll be charging a fee of 1 crore, what did Neswadia say? Who will pay the 1 crore rupees? So Neswadia says done. Okay, deal. Then they say we'll be coming with a crew of 20 to 25 people. So you need to pass, you need to provide for the airfare. That also first class. No business class over here. First class. Are you all willing to provide this? Neswadia says done. Deal. Then they say, okay, when we land to Pune, you need to give us a chauffeur-driven car. So a private car should be provided, which will come and escort us till our hotel. Are you all willing to do this? Neswadia says, okay, done. We are ready for that also. Deal. And they say that our accommodation should be in the best hotel. So if you have a 5-star hotel in Pune, a 5-star hotel, 7-star, so we only have one 7-star hotel in the entire globe. That is that hotel in Dubai. Which one is it? Yeah, Burj. So 5-star hotel, we need accommodation. So what? How many days will be staying? Two days, 3 days, 4 days. So the entire accommodation should be done in a 5-star hotel. What Neswadia says done. So is JB? What is JB's job? Just to perform. What will he do? He will just perform on that eve. The entire other management related stuff will be looked after by whom? Will be looked after by the invitee, the person who's inviting them over here. Clear? So the money has to be paid by Ness Wardia, the airfare by Ness Wardia, a chauffeur-driven car, private car for the entire troop by Ness Wardia, accommodation also in Ness Wardia. Make sense? So similarly, what throws does is we have a function. Let's say we have a function called as okay. Let's write a class. So we'll write the program directly. So we'll write a class called throws demo. In this class throws demo, we have a function. Okay, okay. Let's not write throws demo first. We'll write throws demo later on. We have a function called divide. We have a function called, so that has to be in some class. Okay, let's do it in the same. Okay, this should be, yeah, this should be the class throws demo. We have a function called public void divide, and we'll pass two arguments to it: integer a comma integer b. So okay, or let's give it integer numerator divided by integer denominator. And what will we do? We'll have a float variable over here, result, and what will result store? Result will store n divide by d, and it will display you the result. Okay, makes sense. Now which line is notorious over here? This line is notorious. Which sort of exception are we expecting at this line? We are expecting arithmetic exception at line number 11. So we should have ideally written this like this. We should have ideally written it like this. So ideally this should have been written like this. Try and so this was the code which was notorious. So this would go into try, and then there would be a catch, and which catch would be handling it? Arithmetic exception. Arithmetic with a ME or a MA? Arithmetic with a ME, right? Arithmetic exception AE, and that would be, it would display system dot out dot print ln, or you can just say any, cannot divide by 0. This was the ideal scenario. Yes, no, maybe. Correct. This was the ideal scenario which would have happened, right? But now this divide is your JB. This divide is your JB. What it will tell is, I will not do any exception handling. I will not do any exception handling from my end. That is not my job. It is what it is saying. I will not do any exception handling. I will just do the function. So what is JB doing? I will just perform. I will not do all this. I will not buy the airfare. I will not roster the car. I will not do the accommodation. That you have to do. I will just perform. So this divide function is telling, I will just do the division and I will display the result. I don't have time to do all the exception handling. So it will just tell what it wants. What it wants? It wants its remuneration. So JB will just tell what it wants. It wants this fee. It wants the airfare. It needs a chauffeur-driven car. That is your transportation. And it wants the accommodation. JB manager will just tell, I want this. Who will take care of this? The person who is calling him. Who is calling JB to India? Who is calling him? So this person will take care. So JB will just tell, I will just throws arithmetic exception. I will not handle it. I don't have the time to handle this. So this function just says I will throws arithmetic exception. Who will handle it? So if we have, let's say if we have to write main over here. So we have to write main public static. So no program is complete without main. Okay. So in main we'll have to accept the two numbers from the user. So we'll take the numerator and denominator. Okay. Let's use a scanner from somewhere. We don't have the time to write scanner code again and again. So I've got the scanner code over here. You can also use the enter the quantity code also. You can also use enter the. You can also use. So what you can do is please enter numerator, and that will go in which variable? That should go into n. And similarly, what we can do is please enter denominator, and that should go into d. And now here what will we call? They both are in the same class, only no need of an object. So now we will just call divide and pass what to it? N and d. But what is divide saying? Divide says I throws arithmetic exception. So now who will do the handling part? Who is calling divide? Which function is calling divide? We have two functions right over here. We have in the class, in this class throw demo, we have how many functions? One function is divide, one function is main. So divide is your JB and main is your Neswadia. So Neswadia College of Commerce is this, and this is your JB. So JB is telling I will throw the arithmetic exception. Who will have to handle it? The one who is calling him. So who is calling divide? Main is calling. So when main calls divide, main has to call it in try first thing, because it is telling that I will throw the exception. It is calling divide in this, and if the denominator is 0, so who will catch it? The catching will be done by the one who is calling. The catching will be done by whom? The one who is calling the function. Clear? And finally, if you all wish, finally is optional. So if you wish, you can write or you can skip it. And there's no brackets followed by finally. Finally is just a keyword. And you can finally, we know what we always write in finally. So thank you. Visit again. Thus main closes, class closes. Okay. So now let's see the code again. The class is, which class contains main? Throws demo. So that class should be public. First thing first, that class should be, and we have used scanner below, right? So import java.util.star class throws demo. Copy it. Save the code by throws demo.java. So how many functions does this class? I'll just run you through the code again. Yes. How many functions does this class contain? Two functions. One is divide and another is main. What is the divide function accepting an argument as a numerator and denominator and a float result? It is dividing both of them and displaying the result. But it is telling that this might lead to arithmetic exception. So it is telling I am throwing it. I might throw. So it says I throws arithmetic exception. So this function divide throws arithmetic exception. Now whose job is to handle it? The one who is calling it. So who is calling divide? So we have nd. So n and d will take on the user. So this is the code which throws arithmetic exception. So while calling it, you have to write it in try, and if it throws an exception, who will catch it? The main function will only catch it, and finally is always executed. So this is your throws keyword. Okay, let's run this code. Let's run this code. Java C throws demo. It says not okay. A static function can only call static function. Main is static, so main is calling which function? Divide. This divide also has to be static. So hope this doesn't create much of some panic. I hope done. And now Java throws demo. So enter numerator 10, enter denominator 2. 10 divided by 2 will be 5.0, and it should display you 5.0. And finally will always be executed. 10 and 0. 10 and 0 will lead to which exception? Arithmetic exception. So this function is already saying I might throws arithmetic exception. So if this function call throws arithmetic exception, this catch should catch it. So it will display cannot divide by 0. Thank you, visit again. Cannot divide by 0. Thank you, visit again. Clear? So this was the throws keyword. I'll copy and paste this code in the description link so that you all can practice. I hope this video was beneficial, guys. Take care.